Hey, hey, hey! It's your girl, Mel, back with you to do another special edition of Money Moves from the YQA. This is the Money Moves series and focusing on the questions that have come to me around money, what to do with it, career, success, putting them up in a little package so that 10 days of money movements, that's what we're talking about. So today, what we're going to talk about is consistency. Now, consistency is one of those words that pretty much insinuates boredom as soon as you hear it, right? It's not that quick, exciting solution that you jump into, that will fix your problems in an instant. No, consistency is one of those things that, quite frankly, is what all leaders know they have to have. One of the best sayings that I always kind of bring back, I don't know if I remember the exact saying, but I know that it went something like this, that pretty much consistency is what guarantees results. This is effort over time. Kingdoms weren't built in a day. What happens sometimes, particularly with, social media being a snapshot in time, you don't necessarily get to see the work effort that goes on underneath. For the people who are struggling with, debt or credit in terms of, a lot of debt, a lot of credit, for people who are struggling perhaps with weight gain, we have to understand that we are the results of micro decisions that we make every day. And unfortunately or fortunately, it's a bunch of small micro decisions, it's a bunch of small efforts that come out and make big results. So you got to live your life on the daily making the right decisions to actually make the big results. And what do I mean by that? I mean that, usually Rome isn't built in a day. And it certainly, you don't blow up in one day. Like, you can't blow up things in one day. What happens is that, there are little kind of decisions and turns and twists in the road. And every time you make a decision, every time you choose where you spend your time, what you spend your time on, what you spend your money on, that actually is going to result in something after the long run, whatever that may be. So if you're spending every single day buying a coffee for £10, and what that means is that by the end of the year, you're going to have 365 times £10 worth of decisions that you're going to have to account for. And even though at the time £10 is not a big deal to spend in coffee on one day, particularly if you're working hard and you're tired and you're used to drinking coffee, but actually at the end of the year, you got to be comfortable with the fact that you're going to have 365 days worth of £10 spent on coffee. Same thing with building a business or building a career. It doesn't just happen in one day, it doesn't happen in one instance. It's a series of micro decisions about how you spend your time and what you're spending your time on. So this may sound really, really boring. I totally get it. You're like, oh, great. Like, Mel, I have gained so much weight and I want that quick fix solution right now so that I can lose the weight. What happens is that the series of micro decisions that you made on a daily basis to get yourself into the situation that you're in are pretty much a series of decisions that you're going to have to reverse back out of. So if you're in a bad situ right now, hey, it is okay. What that means is that you can change it. The same way you got in is the same way that you got out. But it does mean it's going to take a little bit of time. And you have to be cool with that. Every big success that I've had has not been because of one instantaneous decision that came out of the blue. It's because of a series of things that I've done. Like, opportunity is not something that it just kind of comes to anyone. Opportunity is actually, the foundation of it is built by hard work. So this is just a bit of a motivational message. And I know it may not sound like that because maybe sounds like, oh, Mel, like, oh God, it's going to take forever for me to change things in my life. And yes, that it may take a bit longer than you wanted, But what it actually also means is that it's a little small things that you have to do. It's not one big dirty thing that's intimidating. It's actually little things that you do with your time, that you do with your money, that you do with your day that change your situation. And that's infinitely more doable because, it's really easy to do the small thing rather than have to do this one big thing that may not work out. So, we're at the age right now, we're at the era right now where what we're seeing is that success comes as a result of consistent effort over time. Whether that be starting up a YouTube channel, whether that be starting a business, whether that be getting that promotion, whether it be losing weight, whether it be getting savings in your bank account, all of those things, that is all about consistent effort over time. And that means that you have the power to change your trajectory in some serious ways by just doing the small things. So look at it that way. Put that big goal up on the wall somewhere. Maybe like I have this graphic, like a nice little temperature, like a little thermometer graphic. Put that up on your wall, and every time you don't buy that coffee for £10 and you put it in your deposit bank account, for the one for your deposit for your first new home, then you put it in there and then you track it on that little thermometer diagram. And it's fantastic because you get to see your progress. And progress is something that comes gradually. Progress is not something that kind of, drops down on you from the sky in one instant. So hopefully you love that message because I really do love that message. It's empowering. It empowers the little guy, it empowers the little person like me just to be able to do my thing and know that I'm going to get results. And that's what we cover in Money Moves. That what do you have to do consistently? That's why we have a whole schedule for you in regards to managing your finances and how do you change in terms of the leadership lessons that you have to start to learn to apply on a daily basis so that you can be financially well and that you can be financially resilient to give you the freedom that you want. Enrollment is open until July 17th. I want to see you there. It's for a small group of people, so I'm not keeping it out long. I want to be able to focus on actually giving the group everything that I can, and I'd like to see you there. So join up, join in, and I will see you at the group, or I'll see you on the other side with our next video. Take care. See you soon.